What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? This is Renebean, and welcome to episode number 7 of Live Video Game Hunts, the series where I show you all my awesome pickups throughout the week through yard sales, garage sales. We go to thrift stores, flea markets. We use apps like LetGo, OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook, really whatever we can use to get our hands on some awesome games at some good prices. So if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do videos like this every week, as well as leave me a like. It shows me some awesome support for this channel. But we got to do a special thank you to my wife, because if it wasn't for her, guys, this video would be like 5 minutes long, because I had to work all weekend. And as we all know, Saturday especially is the day for hunters like us to really get some good scores. But she took the reins and she did really well, so make sure you leave a like for that. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Sit back and relax and enjoy these wonderful pickups.
Alright everybody, so here we are with the first pickup of the week, and this is my wife filming actually, so you're going to see a whole lot of her this episode, so get ready. But this guy right here posted on LetGo that he had a PlayStation 2 with 11 games for 35 bucks. I really want to start trying to remember to actually make a screenshot of these local pickups that I get so you can actually see the lots that I'm picking up pre-hand. It'll look better for the video. But this guy posted this, and there were some really awesome titles in this lot. There were Clock Tower 3, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill The Room, Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which really caught my eye. And there were some other mediocre games and a few decent ones. So I messaged him right away. I said, hey man, I'll pick it up. I didn't even bother to haggle with him. At that price, it was a steal. And he messaged right back and said, well, let's meet up. And I had to go to work, so that's why you see my wife filming. So I tell her pre-hand, I say, hey, listen, make sure you look out for these games. These are the ones that you need to make sure that are there. And as I'm on my way to work, the guy messages me and he says, now listen, one of the games was not there. It was Silent Hill 2. He said he used it to prop up the rest of the games in the picture. I said, well, fuck. But I can cope with that as long as it wasn't Shattered Memories. So my wife calls me while she's meeting this guy, and she says, hey, now you know that Silent Hill's not in this. I assumed that she was talking about Silent Hill 2, so I said, yes, Silent Hill, me and him talked, it's not in there, it's all right, everything's good to go. So she, just doing what she figured was right, she went ahead and got the lot. Guys, Shattered Memories wasn't there either. Oh, I was pissed, but what can you do? Even still, getting Silent Hill Room, Clock Tower 3, the other games, and the PlayStation 2 for 30 bucks. Because I told him after he told me Silent Hill 2 was there, I was like, well, that's a shame. We take 30. And he did. Not as good of a pickup as this could have been, but still $30 for the stack of games. I'll be able to double my money, be able to keep a few of the games I think that I don't have that are exclusive, and go on with it. Man, it would have been a lot better had Shattered Memories and Silent Hill 2 been in there. But what can you do? Sometimes this does happen, and it's just a little bit of miscommunication. But all good. It was still a great pickup for the first one of the week. Here's my wife at another yard sale, and she comes across a big old cardboard box full of original Xbox games, which is awesome. I'm sure a lot of you already know I am a fan and an avid collector for that system. So anytime I can get my hands on some games I do not already own, I am very happy. And for whatever reason, the past few times that she has brought home original Xbox games, she brings home some that I do not have. This is another example. While I only get one, I still get one to add to the shelves. The original Xbox has a lot of games, so it's easy to overlook, the high-end games. But she knows a bunch of the heavy hitters, Battlefront and things like that. But she does pull out The Great Escape. I did not have that, so for a buck or two a piece for these games, you can't hate that. Very good pickup for her. She ends up pulling out 4 or 5 other games that were decent titles, so to get them for what she did, very good pickup, very happy. As you all know, my phone never likes to cooperate in the times of need, but we're in Goodwill here, and inside this cage I come across Crash Bandicoot, the Wrath of Cortex, as well as Crash Twin Sanity, and the awesome Tato Legends, all for $3 a piece, guys. I'll be able to sell both Crash Bandicoots, I already have them, make a little extra money, and keep Tato Legends for free. That's what this is all about. Awesome Goodwill find. This is my wife again at the flea market on Friday. Now I want y'all to understand something, people. Just because it's either late in the day or there's other vultures or sharks or fuckheads or spud wrenches, whatever you call these people out while you're hunting, people who do what you do, hunt video games or resell them, either way, does not mean something's been seen. Here's a prime example. Right on this guy's table, this guy had a big bundle of PlayStation 2 games. She asked, how much do you want for these games? expecting to hear the usual $2 to $3 to $4 whatever dollars. 25 cents, guys, 25 cents a piece. There was some pretty cool titles in here. I'll actually get to keep 2 or 3 of them out of there, which were exclusive to PlayStation. These deals are still out there. You can always find awesome steals in the midst of everybody else. I have come across things on table that I have no idea how people have missed it. But this is another awesome example. She ends up getting a massive stack of games here. Paid like $3 or $4, and there were some pretty cool titles in there. You know, the Lord of the Rings, Aragorn's Quest, Twisted Metal, and like I said, I'll be able to keep, you know, a good 2 or 3 games out of this, which is definitely the goal for all this. When it comes to collecting, the collection is number one, making money is second. So if I can do both, I'm very happy. But awesome pickup for her, very happy. Good flea market find for a Friday. So make sure to leave a like for my wife for getting all this awesome footage while I was at work. It's rare that I have to work in the mornings on Saturdays, but I did it for a friend. But anyways, here she is again. She comes across an Xbox 360. It had a 120 gigabyte drive on there, which is pretty good. It's the white model. It's the, you know, the older one, and you always have that risk of the red ring of death, people. Whenever you buy these things out in the wild, there's always that risk of the red ring. And if you don't know what that is, it completely bricks the console. It had something to do with some heating issue, a major fail on Xbox's part. They cheaped out in the beginning, and a lot of people, they would get this and they would keep them. And then a lot of them resurface at yard sales. I'm sure many of you out there have bought an Xbox, turn it on, and bam, you get the immediate red ring of death. But she ends up getting this. She gets 3 games out of it as well, or I'm sorry, 2 games. And she paid altogether, I want to say $10, I think is what she told me. So even if the Xbox is a dud, the 120 gigabyte hard drive and the games that the guy brings out. Now always remember, people, when you're at these yard sales, say, hey, do you got any video games for sale other than what you brought out? And start listing them off. Nintendo, NES, N64, GameCube. They don't have anything else, but he does manage to bring out a few common games. I believe it was like a Call of Duty and an Assassin's Creed. Nothing major, but it added on to the bundle to make it even prettier than what it was. So for $10, it did not have the controller, but like I say, people, always pick up controllers where you're, you know, wherever you're at, because you'll come across situations like this all the time where you need to bundle up a system. But another good pickup for $10. Very happy about that, and just another thing to shekel off to make money for the collection. So $180 seems like a lot of money, but let me tell you what I got for that. I got an Atari 2600. I got a copy of Mario Brothers for the Atari and a few other games, nothing special. I got a copy of Sewer Shark for the Sega CD, a copy of Prince of Persia for the Sega CD. It wasn't complete because it was in a crappy little DVD case, but it did have the manual. I got a Nintendo NES with 2 controllers, and here's the kicker, guys. I got Bomberman 2 for the NES. If you don't know, this game can go for upwards of like $170 on a good day. So this was worth almost everything that I paid. So I got that. I got Mega Man 64. I was very happy about this lot. I should be able to refurbish the NES, sell off the Sega CD games, and basically get Bomberman 2 for free. So that was a very awesome pickup for me. Here you see me now. It ain't like I didn't trust the guy, but you know, this kid was younger, so I don't know if he's been duped. But I'm gonna open this case up, and now I'm not gonna pull my phone out and like compare boards to board. Which, you know, and now if this was, you know, well over a $300 or $400 game, I definitely would. But what I'm looking for when I'm pulling these games open is I'm just seeing if there's any crappily soldered in caps or some wires or dead giveaways that it's a repro. The label looked good. It did have a small tear, but when I pulled this open and checked it out, everything seemed good. It seemed legit, and went home and it played just fine. We had a guy locally who was going around scamming people, and he actually got a few of my friends, you know, selling games, you know, that were high-end games like Castlevania 4, but he would swap the innards out. I guess he would keep them in a different shell, and like my buddy went, he was the one who actually bought Castlevania 4, put it in, and it was something stupid, some sports game. So, but I opened it up, check it out. Now he originally wanted like well over $200 for all this, but me being the shekeler that I am, I was like, hey man, here's $180, be happy about it, and he was. So to get basically Bomberman 2 for the NES for free, all I gotta do is a little bit of work selling this other stuff. I might even be able to make me a little bit of extra money off this. I haven't really formulated everything yet, but that was a great pickup. Never be scared of a Craigslist pickup when it seems like it's a high price. You can always work a deal. And I even asked him, I was like, you got any other games? And that's when he pulled out those other Sega CD games that I got thrown in with it. And this is like $50 worth of Sega CD games right there. So good pickup. Very happy about that one. 180 yen, but I'll get that back with Bomberman. So here's one of those sales that kind of piss you off, while it's a good thing at the same time. I see this orange Zapper. It catches my eye. I come over. I say, hey, kid, how much you want for the Zapper? He says $5. I shekel down. I get it for $2 ultimately. That's about the most I'm willing to pay for a Zapper. And what pisses me off about these types of sales, I've never seen him at the flea market with his family, so obviously they've never been here before, especially because I get this huge box of old baseball cards, which you'll see here. I'm sure y'all ain't excited about that, but I'm a shekler on the side, so I get other things while I'm out, not just video games. And what pisses me off about these sales, the most part, is where are the games? Where is the system? They just grab stuff out of their basement or garage or whatever it is, his older brother's or his dad's stuff, and it makes you wonder what could have been there. But hey, to find anything is great. $2 for a Zapper, I'll flip it for 12 or 15, and always make a little bit extra, which is always good for the game room. So two things I'm very adamant about when it comes to making my videos is, number one, I like to do it in chronological order. I want to show you how I get this stuff in the order that I get this stuff. So if I get something, or my wife gets something, you'll see it the way it happens throughout the week. That's why I'll start the video with the first find of the week. So if something good comes along first, you'll see it first. Or if it comes on at the end, you'll see it at the end. The other thing I'm very adamant about is I only want to show you finds in these videos. That's why these videos can be shorter, they can be long. It's only going to be finds. You don't need to see footage of me looking around in boxes of bullshit or on a reseller's table for no damn reason. So those are two promises that I try to keep to you guys, and I hope y'all appreciate that. But anyways, this is my wife right here. She comes across a Nintendo DS. She ends up paying, I believe, $10 for this. I don't believe she gets any of the PlayStation 3 games. But what was crazy is when I saw this video, that guy right there, I know this guy, he's a regular, he comes into my job all the time. Had I been there, I would have shekeled the shit out of him. Me and this guy get along, but it's cool. But I did want to share that tidbit with you guys. When I make these videos, I definitely want to make sure that you guys are happy, because I got a feeling a lot of y'all only want to see the finds. I'm sure there's people out there who like to watch people just hunt around at a yard sale, maybe to see what else is on the table. But when it comes to these videos, I can promise you that all you're going to see is finds. You're going to see them in the order that I get them, and that's it. But anyways, this was a good pickup for my wife. $10, Nintendo DS. She does end up getting another DS here later that you'll see. And depending on condition, they can sell somewhere between 20 and 30 bucks, which is good. Here's another pickup my wife gets, and it's nothing crazy special. It's just a copy of The Sims for the GameCube. Not the most high-end game. I did tell her, and I probably need to kind of break it down a little bit better. I told her that any game, as long as it's not sports for the GameCube, is worth picking up. And that's not entirely true. It is if the price is right, but she may end up getting things like this, which is, you know, as you know, not the craziest pickup, but still a pickup for $1. So here is the sale where my wife gets the second DS for the day, and before she does get that, she gets me this very awesome 1-Up hat. She paid $1 for it. I'm not a wearer of hats, but they look good in a game room on a shelf or on something. I actually have an Atari hat that I'll use to cover up the Atari, you know, to keep dust from getting in there. But one thing you're going to come across when you go to these yard sales is you may not necessarily be dealing with an adult. You could be dealing with a kid who owns this stuff, which was the case for her on this one. She comes across this DS, and she originally asked this kid, say, hey, how much do you want for it? I had a couple games, nothing serious, like, you know, Lego or something like that. I can't remember. But the kid said $30, and my wife, you know, married to a shekler, the shekler in me is going to rub off onto her. She says $15, and as cute as it was, the kid says $16, so my wife pays him $16. She ends up getting the hat, as well as the DS and a couple games. So it was a good pickup. So here we are again with my shitty camera work. I'm at a yard sale. I don't have my glasses, obviously, but I asked this guy, I was like, hey man, you got any games? Give him the rundown. And he pulls me back to his shed, and he pulls out this bucket. Or it's actually a really nice wicker basket. And in the basket we had like 3 Atari joysticks, a sensor for like the Super Scope, and just some like random items in here. And I was like, how much you want for this? He says $5. And I got to keep an awesome wicker basket, which is cool because you know how I am when it comes to getting these Shekeled deals. I hate to have to carry all this stuff. Let me get the basket at least with it. But this guy was cool. While we're sitting here talking, I see things in here like the Super Scope sensor. I'm like, hey man, do you got any other games? I'm sitting here really trying to pressure this guy, but at the same time, I'm trying to be friendly with him. I don't, want him to feel like I'm really pushing or pressuring him. But what was cool is he does say he has some other things, and he was willing to go into the house and pull them out for me, which was super awesome. You can see that awesome basket there, which is very cool. $5 for that. The controllers in there, definitely worth it. The sensor, I should be able to sell for like $10-15, assuming it works, which is a good deal. But he goes into his house and he pulls out this awesome bucket. And in this bucket, I did not get a lot of the stuff that was in it, but I did get some cool scores here. You'll see here in a second. So after going through what he pulls out for me, I do get some pretty good titles. I don't get everything you see here because he was attached to some things, but I get Donkey Kong, Double Dragon 2, a nice 2600 game, Ninja Gaiden, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I don't get Mario 3. I did get Rhythm Heaven. Didn't get Resident Evil 2 or Crash Bandicoot or Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii, which sucks because I'm always looking for that one. But I did get Red Steel 2. He was attached to the other games. I can't knock him for wanting to keep them and play them. He said he was sentimentally attached to them. Hell, is that not why we collect people? I mean, that's why we want this stuff. But for $15 to get all that, I was very happy. Hasn't been the craziest week because I had to work so much, but we still managed to get some pretty good finds this week. I'm pretty happy about it.
Alright, so I hope you enjoyed all that live footage. Just like always, we're going to go through all the pickups and do a quick recap, kind of show you everything we got on an individual level. No particular order, this stuff can always be kind of scattered around, but here we go. We got Jigsaw Madness for the PlayStation 1. I didn't have this, and I'm pretty sure that's exclusive, so that's always good to add to that collection. We got, let's see, I'll try to give you somewhat of an order here. This was Toko Race Driver 3, which I believe is also exclusive for PlayStation 2, which is good. I'll add that to the collection. These were all the games that my wife picked up that were 25 cents each, guys. What an amazing deal. Ford Racing 2. Nothing like crazy titles, but, 25 cents a game. Come on. Monster Jam Maximum Destruction. The only thing I've noticed with some of these games is they have like this, like the outer plastic is missing, so they like taped on the artwork, which I can fix. I always got spare cases, but they're all complete, which is cool. We got Ratchet Deadlocked, which is cool. We got Need for Speed Carbon. We got MX versus ATV Untamed. I've come across this one a few times. Twisted Metal Head On. Need for Speed Pro Street. 2002 World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. Gran Turismo 3. Burnout 3 Takedown. Here's one that I did not have, and I think it may only be on PlayStation. I could be wrong on that one. Driver 3. I think I am wrong on that. And the Lord of the Rings, Aragorns, or something like that. It's Quest. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan. Someone's going to ring me out for that, I'm sure. Alright, let's go over some other stuff here. She also got 2 Nintendo DS Lites. Both work in pretty good condition. Actually, they're pretty nice condition for what they are. They should fetch like 20-30 bucks. There was a game in there that she didn't know about. That's always good. It's like Namco Pac-Man, nothing serious. But that was the Crimson Red, I believe. And then she's also got, holy shit. We got the pink version. It's also in pretty good condition. She picked both of those up. Like one was $10, one was $15. So not a bad pickup there. Nothing crazy. She's also got an official charger. All chargers are always good to have, especially the official ones. She got an Xbox 360 with a 120 gigabyte hard drive, and two other games, which nothing special. It was like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty, but she paid $10 for that, so that was a good deal. Let's see, we got, oh, this was a good Goodwill pickup for me. This was Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex, and you can see that sticker right there, which is $3. That was for all these games, was $3 a piece. Crash Twin Sanity, and this one's really cool. I'll be able to sell both of those games, make a little bit of profit, get this game for free, and make some good bit of money, which was Potato Legends. This is a compilation with a bunch of classics on there, so it's very cool to have. Mint condition, complete, awesome pickup right there. So $6 for all that. Come on, that was an excellent steal. Let's see, we got... Oh, I'll show you the first pickup from the week, which was a PlayStation console. It was the fat PlayStation 2. A lot of times I'm not going to show you like all the cords and controllers. You know what that stuff looks like. You don't need me to show you. And then I'll show you the games that we got. This was the one where it was a little disappointing because it didn't have Shattered Memories like he said he did. But you live and you learn. Sometimes that does happen. Let's see, we got Silent Hill The Room, which isn't complete, but that disc alone should sell for like 15, 20 bucks. Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader? The X-Files, which I don't know if that's like exclusive to PlayStation or not. That might be cool if it is. James Cameron, Dark Angel. Clock Tower 3, which I already have, so I'll be able to sell that. Alone in the Dark. Madden 06. Dance Test. Oh, God, Supernova 2. I ain't never heard of that shit. You see me out there dancing, ain't gonna happen. Aeon Flux, I don't know how to pronounce that. Resident Evil Outbreak, which, you know, I've never played Resident Evil Outbreak. I don't know if that's sacrilege. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, but I've never played Outbreak. I need to. And then Dead to Rights. All that PlayStation Fat console, 30 bucks. Not bad. It could have been a lot better. I assumed Shattered Memories was in there, and we all know that's an expensive game. So that was another pickup. Another one we got here was when I got this pickup through this guy through Craigslist. This was an awesome steal. I paid $180 for this, guys. It sounds like a lot of money, and it really is. But one of these games is worth $180. And I'll be able to sell everything else off and basically get this game for free. If I play my cards right, I might even be able to profit a little bit. So anyways, what I got for $180, we got the Vader Atari 2600. Now, you'll also see in that live footage, I came across a yard sale where I picked up like the joysticks and there were some accessories. There was also an AC adapter, so voila, I got a bundle right there. So I picked that up with it. We also got an NES that had 2 cords and all that. So I can refurbish this, package it with a few games. There's $100 right there. With that, we also got 2 Sega CD games. We got Sewer Shark, which is in a little rough condition, but it is complete. Which I'll keep that one, but I am probably going to get rid of this because it's not complete to me. It is the Prince of Persia because it's in one of them crappy little jewel cases. Has the manual, but I'll sell that, recoup some of the profits. So that'd be like $130 there, plus the Atari 2600. So I should be able to make my money back. But there was also this. We got Mega Man 64 in that lot. I didn't have that as well. So that's awesome. Some of the games for the Atari 2600. Mario Brothers, which is like $15, $20 just for that cart. Space Invaders. And, what was it? Oh, Pole Position. So 3 other games, but the game that made me buy all this, because like I don't want to pay retail price for a high-end game. I just want to get it for free. We got Bomberman 2 for the NES. Legit opened it up, everything's good. It does have one small little tear right there on the label. That is fine. That doesn't bother me. The end label looks good. Plays great. The pins look good. I paid $180 for everything. I'll put a little work in. I'll get that for free and maybe make a little scratch on top of it. That's what it's all about, guys. Put in the work. Get this stuff for free, man. That's what it comes down to. But awesome to have that. Very happy to add that to the collection. Let's see here. We were at a yard sale. Now, keep in mind, I had to work all weekend. So on Saturday, I was only at the flea market till 7, and I had to go to work. So that's when I hand my glasses to my wife, and she's the one who gets all this footage for us that you see throughout this whole episode. But I did manage to stop at one yard sale before I went to work, and it happened to be a hit, which was good. And you see me go in there and ask this guy for all this stuff, and he actually pulls some stuff out. And so what I got in that lot, I paid $15 for all this. We got Red Steel 2, which I did not have, so it's pretty cool to actually pick up a Wii game that's not directly crap. We got Name This Game for the 2600. I've never seen this by US Games, 6-game variation. It's kind of weird. I've never seen that. I'm going to add that to the collection. Pretty cool to have that. We got a sealed Rhythm Heaven for the DS. Nothing crazy, but it's sealed. I'll add it to my sealed DS games. All my DS games that are sealed are fucking shitty. That's the way it works. We got Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. You can kind of see how dated this art. It has this old Game Escape sticker, which was one of the local game stores around here, and it said $17. So this is definitely old. Yeah, 2013. So the games kind of went up in price. Then we got I always say Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden. We got Double Dragon 2. And we got Donkey Kong Classics. And then, I think, was that it in that lot? Yeah, I think that was it. $15 for all that. Good pickup. Very good. I can definitely make a little bit of money and keep a few games. Here's the original Xbox games my wife picked up right here that she paid $1 piece for. We got Dead to Rights with a chewed on. I don't know what it is about animals. They love to eat the shit out of games. We got Aquaman. Terrible game. And then we got The Great Escape, which I'll be adding to the original Xbox collection. Super happy about that. She got Half-Life 2, which is cool to pick up. No, it's not complete, but I can still sell that disc and make a little bit of money off that. And then what else is this? Spider-Man for the original Xbox. Nothing crazy. That's in a generic blockbuster case. The two 360 games that she picked up for the Xbox was Call of Duty, World at War, and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Nothing crazy special there. And the last thing that we got here is this crazy one-up hat. I'm not a big wearer of hats, but I do like them. They look good on a shelf. Not too crazy. That's it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know this week was not tremendous, but keep in mind we pulled an awesome video out just really because my wife did it. So make sure you leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'm always dedicated to making these videos every week. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned until next week. We'll have us another live video and watch the other videos I put out in between because we do all sorts of crazy shit. As always, thank you so much for watching. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.